Well, hello, church family. I want to welcome you to another week at the Ridge. And if you remember, this is just a time for us to kind of catch up and encourage one another and kind of let you know what's going on. You should receive an email this week about some of these updates, but I wanted to just kind of share some things with you via this format, a video. Yeah, we're in our second full week of the quarantine, and it is getting to some of us. It's kind of feeling like stir crazy, I guess you would say. Let me encourage you, just get out and take a walk, do something if you can to stay socially distanced, but at the same time, just get some fresh air if you can. Those binge snacks that we bought, they can add up after a while. I also want to encourage you to stay spiritually fit. The psalmist talked about in Psalm 119 that to hide his word in our heart so we might not sin against him. That was verse 11. Of the 176 verses that the psalmist talks about, only 2 of them do not speak directly about his word, his commands, his precepts, his rules. And so the psalmist recognized the importance of knowing God's word, being in his word. So let me encourage you to do that. It will help us not only with our demeanor and help us with our spirit, but it will help us with our emotions, and it will help us connect God and hear from him better. If you recall last week, I shared with you from Sunday morning from Psalm 46, and the very first verse says, God is our refuge and our strength, a very present help in trouble. As we look at that, I reminded you and I asked you and I challenged you. I said, trust him. He knows what he's doing, and he is there, and he has great plans for us. I also ask you to surrender to him and to walk in what he asks you to do by being obedient as he's called us to be. He says, if you love me, you will obey me. And then I wrapped it up by saying, if we will do those things, then we can rest in him. So let me encourage you to do just that. Paul wrote to the Galatians and he said, let us not grow weary in doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. So let's press forward. Over the next few weeks, we're going to be launching several new formats to try and keep in touch with one another, do small groups, do prayer teams through virtual programs or platforms. I met with the deacons last night, and we did a test run with the Zoom platform. And we had a few little bugs, but we're getting those worked out. We hope to launch this next week and having our small group leaders, prayer partner groups, deacons form groups that will pray together, encourage one another. And so look for that to be coming. If you want to check out Zoom on the internet, we are using the Zoom platform. That's what we're planning to do. And so I hope you'll check that out and get some information. Now, let me close this out by kind of just bringing you up to speed on where we are with our finances. Currently, we brought in a little over $138,000 year to date. And to be fully operational, fully staffed, we would have needed $190,400 plus dollars. Well, obviously, we're not fully staffed. Obviously, we're not fully functional. So that number is skewed a little bit. However, this number kind of gives us some reality. We need to be bringing in about $15,000 each week. This past Sunday, we received in our tithes and offerings a little over $5,500. So that's a big, significant difference. However, it was a fourth Sunday, so it was not horrible to what we generally see on a fourth Sunday. But let me encourage you, stay faithful to that giving. Church family, if you need help, if you need directions about that, let us know. We'll be glad to help you out. Remember, we love you, we miss you, and we look forward to being able to get back together. Hope all goes well for you, and remember, be strong and courageous, for the Lord your God is with you.